Role-playing games have always been my favorite video game genre to play. Growing up, I played a ton of Pokemon and a lot of Final Fantasy. And honestly, I couldn't tell you why I loved playing RPGs at such a young age. But I can't tell you why I enjoy playing them now.
Maybe it's because most of the games I had growing up were Pokemon, or I would sit down with my uncles and watch them play Final Fantasy. But today I enjoy RPGs for their great storytelling, the interesting mechanics, the amazing music, and that feeling of character progression.
Okay, that's... What do I get down? I even like the random encounters. I even like the random encounters. I even like the random... Okay, maybe I don't like random encounters too much, but I really don't mind the grinding either. Growing up, I had access to games like Final Fantasy VI on the Super Nintendo or Super Mario RPG. We didn't have games like The Witcher or the Skyrim. The Skyrim? The Skyrim.
You see, it wasn't until 1997 when a certain game helped to bring more awareness to JRPGs in the video game industry. That game was Final Fantasy VII. Yes, there were good RPG games then, but it was Final Fantasy VII that helped popularize the JRPGs.
Flashback 3 years earlier, and a hidden gem of an RPG had just been released, but not a lot of people took notice of it.
That wasn't the fault of gamers at the time though. Earthbound had an awful advertising campaign. Some of the ads went as far as to ask whether the game is even worth playing.
Though today the game is considered a masterpiece. So why am I telling you about Earthbound? Well, if you haven't guessed, the game we're going to look at today seems to be heavily inspired by it.
Earthbound is an RPG that takes a lot of real world and cultural elements and parodies or satires them.
Wait a minute. Those are memes! Yes. I'm supposed to say something about that. Well, Undertale has them too?
It was developed by Toby Fox using Game Maker. Game Maker.
Yeah, you know, this Game Maker.
Undertale took the internet by storm with Reddit posts and every gaming website talking about it.
Fine, I'll buy the game. The mechanics for Undertale, well, there's something.
You see, there are random encounters, but they aren't tedious or annoying. Each enemy encounter, and I use enemy in quotes, is different or varies, and when you start a fight, you can either choose one of 4 options. Fight, which lets you fight. Act, which is one of my favorite options, which depending on the encounter lets you do various things. Item, and mercy. And whew, let me tell you, mercy is where the game shines. Battles are turn-based, and once you choose an action, the turn shifts to the opponent. But once it's the opponent's turn, it becomes active time. They remind me of bullet hells or shoot 'em ups where you have to dodge or evade projectiles.
I think this is really cool since it breaks up the monotony of most JRPGs.
But let's get back to the mercy option. In Undertale, you get the option to refuse battle or refuse hurting anybody. Working in tandem with the act option, you warm up to your opponent, try to comfort them, compliment, or whatever it is you do to this guy. And once they've warmed up to you, you have the option to show them mercy and spare them, and then you win the battle. And instead of gaining experience, you gain gold.
But I get it. You don't like this guy. He gets on your nerves. He looked at you the wrong way. He just is not somebody you want to hang out with. You want to hurt him. You monster. Undertale is one of the games that you really need to play multiple times because each action you take through each playthrough drastically changes the outcome of the game. This guy, he doesn't let you forget your past decisions. But enough talk. Let's jump into this phenomenon of a game called
So without spoiling too much of the game, or the amazing story for that matter, let's take a look at the first few hours of the game because these, just the greatest thing. You start the game by naming the character. See what I did there? Only some of you will get this. I'm going to be... Link! Or Lonk? Okay. Our hero has fallen down and we come across the evilest, vilest creature known to man. Flowey. He who has no morals, whose hatred knows no bounds, and who is overall not a nice guy. So Flowey tries to give you love. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. And, surprise, it was bullets! We then meet Toriel, a, cow, bunny, bear thing. She acts as the tutorial for the beginning of the game and later leaves you to fight frogs and ghosts. We find her again at her home and she treats us like family, giving us pie and snail facts.
We later meet up with two of the best characters in the game, Sans and his brother Papyrus.
There are two skeleton monsters living in the village of Snowdin, where they have taken positions of authority to the rest of the monsters living there. Along the way, Papyrus sets up traps for you because he wants to impress the leader of the Royal Guard by capturing a human. And number one of two of the greatest things ever, this encounter, insanity.
How can you not love this? An encounter where you win by petting dogs? That's it, I'm done. The review's over. I'm done. The review's done.
So you get to Snowdin and meet a cast of colorful characters and go on a date with Papyrus.
This game is going to kill me. Good.
You head underground, well, more underground, where you meet Undyne. She throws spears at you and this guy appears. You meet Napstablook again, where you join him for a relaxing... Oh.
You know how there's that one thing in life you feel so enthusiastic about? You just want to share it with the world? For me, that's Steve Harvey. But I recently discovered something more than that. You come across a village filled with Temmies. But 2Stronkk, what are Temmies? It's a cat. You just need to know everyone needs a Temmy. I mean, Temmies for everyone. You get a Temmy. You get a Temmy. I get a Temmy.
After that scene, no, don't show it again. We meet the Temmies.
I don't know why, but these things are so adorable.
Hey look, Temmie needs money for college. Yeah, well, joke's on you, Temmie, I'm broke.
All I have in my pockets are... Oh, I was been looking for that. What? Forgot about that one. Sorry. This game is insane. No, really, honestly, Undertale has become one of my favorite games of 2015. No, one of my favorite games of all time.
You mean great and quirky characters? The game has fun and entertaining mechanics, and the story is so good. Really, I mean, I don't want to spoil that for you here.
And the music, oh, the music, so good. In fact, you've been listening to it this whole time. So go give the game a shot because it's so worth it.
If not for these alone... Hey guys, thanks for watching my Undertale review. It was such a joy playing this game. It really is good and everybody should go check it out. And if you're interested in more of my stupidity, check out some of my other videos. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.